Previously in Distant Worlds 2, with Nemban 2 draining the coffers, we decide to change to a republic. The Bombarding have invaded our nearest neighbour, and our fleet takes on a pirate base. Welcome to episode 6 of this Let's Play series. We're playing Distant Worlds 2. My name is Daz Tactic. Welcome to the channel. And we're sort of just in a bit of a hiatus at the moment, just waiting really for the next war to start with the Bombarding. It shouldn't be that far away. I'm concerned because they've actually settled right next to my home planet. And they've got a lot of Caslon. I just had a bit of a look there before to sort of see what they had going on. We've never got everything moved away. They had a big ship in here as well. Looks like they've actually been able to discover a ship graveyard somewhere, or at least get one extra good frigate, like a fairly strong frigate. So I would like to. We're going to need to destroy that as well. We've got a fair bit of work to do. We've got ships limping back home, very slowly, just waiting for this for these shields to sort of come through. That's going to be a 1 and a bit years for that to actually happen. I might build up my ships again and then come back and do that again a second time. Now we have this one over through here. I'm sort of surprised that I'm surprised first of all they didn't take the Nemban system themselves. This is the Bombarding. And coming into here, it's rude. I don't know how we're going to fix this. I mean, if we have a bit of a look at this planet, I think we've got a few. We can sort of see what's going on. So at this point in time, they've only really got one. They've only really got one there on the ground, but they're building up more and more. Now they're not going to have much to defend this with. But do I really want this planet? And probably the answer is no, not at this stage. It's just going to drain my money too much. I just don't like them being there. So anyway, let's continue on. What else have we got? Let's just go through and go back to our ship designs and set up what we need to do through here. So again, default should really be active buildable. And in this case, the heavy escort, I'm just going to manually this is the only one that we're doing manually. I'm just going to upgrade this one, and that will then change the hyperdrive. So we're now got a Jerax hyperdrive, and we're still inside our size limits, so everything else is okay. Just leave everything else where that is, not a problem. So we'll just save and exit. All right, so that one gets that one out of the way. Now, what I want to do with these is I just want to go back to my first, which I've still got one limping back home. In that case, I'll go to the third and just tell it to retrofit at the Nemban. Actually, wants to go to Nemban 2 to do the retrofit. I'm happy enough for that to actually happen. We no longer have any pirates that we need to really worry about, and we'll just go to the first as well and just get that one to retrofit at the Kolo Asogi 2 spaceport. So they'll just do that. That way they will be able to start to move quickly through hyperspace, and that will make a difference. Then we'll get the shielding. We'll get the shielding on board as well. Now these may be bigger than what we actually want. What size are they? They're size 20, and the advanced deflectors at the moment are size 15. So it's worth getting, but it'll be at the expense of something. Anyway, that's what we have to do at this point in time. Now, until something happens, I might just speed up time a little bit. I'm sort of tempted to go back and start to settle out through there. I'm a bit concerned. Actually, we've got this other one as well. It's the only other good one really is this one over here. Okay, we've now found Hexadorum. That's good. It's unfortunately in their system. Yeah, I think we will have to take this. Either take it or destroy it. That's the other option. If we take it, I still think that the fight's going to be over here at the Nemban system. I think we take it, actually. I think we'll just go back to our second, and we'll go and get another invasion force built over through here. So we'll just quickly go and grab another one of those, and we will clone. We've got a couple of ways we can do this with Conqueror Force, or we can just clone the first Conqueror Force. 2, 3. Let's just go another group of them. The clones will come fairly fast. Yeah, I think we'll take this. It's an important system for us. Now, it's going to mean our money is going to go backwards quite dramatically, which I'll have to just put up with. There's no rush for us to really go back and get it. This one here is has now been finished, so I'm just going to go and tell it to go and retire at Kolo Asogi 2. So we want to be getting as much tech as we can out of these. But a new scientist is appearing. That's good. The scientists now have sort of been designated where they are much more effective if they go off and do their science at different locations. So we'll definitely allow that to happen. Let's just speed things along until we get either the colony established with the new guys. It'll take a little bit of time for that to be built. New spies appeared as well. We still don't even know where the home planet is. It's got to be in here somewhere. That's coming back for retrofitting. That'll be okay. That'll mean that they'll be able to go a little bit faster through space. We haven't found anything else on this border. We may be lucky. This may be completely open. In which case we will then be able to sort of spread things. But I think also getting rid of this one, it'll stop that from being a refueling point for them. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see this one disappear. If they take that one, yeah, I would like to keep it, but I'm not going to go crazy for it. New general has appeared. The ship's still trying to limp back home, very, very slowly. It's slowly getting there. Now, I would be surprised if we see any large fleets come back out this way. What we may have to do, like it's going to end up, when the war does start, it's going to be a big, big battle of attrition. It's going to get fairly aggressive. Actually, by the time we take this, we should have actually done what we needed to do in here. It's just not a great planet. I could actually destroy it. I could just bomb it out of existence and just get rid of them entirely. I think we might do that instead. Although that's going to then really sort of make the wars start off pretty heavily. I don't need the Kaidians. In fact, if we have a look at this one, let's have a quick look at the actual planet itself. It's got a quality of 62. The Kaidians here have only got a quality of 17. They're never going to be happy at this location, really. That sounds pretty bad, but they're never going to be at level 20. I'm probably not going to be able to get like the levels that I need on this planet to get it up beyond where they are. So it's always going to be a drain on money. These are still being built. Yeah, like I think what we do, I think we might go and make our frigate design into a bombardment design. So let's just go to our ship designs. We're going to go to the frigates. We're going to edit this frigate, and we're going to ditch all of the weaponry. I'm going to keep that the sentinel beam in the front there. I'm just going to go and place some large some bombs. Actually, that's what we need. We need to change this one back to latest per category and also then sort by category. Atomic devastators. So these are size 40. So we throw that into there and there. That takes us right to the limits. Everything else is actually okay. So that will do us. Got the Jerax. So that's... Jerax is the latest one, isn't it? Yeah, that's the 400. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll save and exit that. Okay, so we've now got bombardments. Now, we're going to need a few of these. When I do bombardments, I'm going to be wanting to be fairly effective with them, so maybe sort of like 4 of these would be what we need. So we'll now go grab a bombard fleet. It's so much easier controlling everything through fleets. So let's start with an invasion fleet and just go and add new. So this will be a new, actually it's starting off with a new attack fleet. That's okay. We just change what we need to in here. So a bombard fleet, and it's going to be, the fleet role will be, I'll make it manual, so that will be like a manually design, like it won't go off and do its own thing. Fleet engagement range, I'm going to have it basically at nothing, do not engage. Should retreat when enemy strength is 100% or greater. Yep, that's okay. And fleet ship position reassignments. Yep, that's okay. They just do it as needed. Now, the actual ships themselves, what we want to be doing through here is having... we'll use the ship tactics, but I will have to go back and redesign those ships, rename them and do things like this. Engagement range, same system. That's okay. They're going to be cautious and cautious. Retreat when... yeah, shields, I'll do it that way. Invade colonies when clear. That's actually okay. The latest, we want to go... I'll call it the Frigate 2 in here. Let's just go with, say, 4 of them and nothing else at this stage. So that will do us. So we've now got a new fleet called the Bombard fleet with 4 ships on board. And we'll use these to basically wipe out the Boscarans. I think I prefer to wipe them out than take them over. So let's go and we'll leave that where that is for 1 second. And then we'll just come back across again to the ship designs. We'll edit this design. The bomb frigate. There we go. So the so that's going to be literally just for bombardment. And this one again, I'm just going to change this one to cautious and cautious for when it's actually attacking anything other than the actual planets itself. And retreat when 20%, below 20% or armor below 50. That'll do us. All right, save and exit. And we'll just go back to our fleets again, just make sure that that did actually know that what we just did there. Yep, bomb frigates are what we're going to be using here. So let's just go and build a new bombard frigate at the Kolo Asogi 2 spaceport. So that will now be the next one that we have, which should be, if I just press F, that's the third, that's the fourth. So we'll go Control 4 here. And we'll actually then use that, and we'll just literally bomb. We won't declare war. We're just going to go and bomb. Now it's going to probably bring the war on, but I think I prefer to do that rather than having them just sitting in that system. I don't want them in that system, and I don't mind if the Kaidians aren't there either. So we'll just eradicate them. We are playing the evil Mortallans after all. Yep, they did take that one, which is what we thought might happen. So we'll bombard this as well once the wars get started. There we go. We've actually now gone and got ablative energy shields are examined. Okay, so let's have a look and see what that one actually does give us. If we have a look at what we ended up with there. Yeah, by scrapping that one, we ended up with... Where's our shielding? Yeah, so we've now got the shielding through there. Next one that we probably want to get after this one is probably the high volume thrust. We're a long way along with this one now, so let's go and pay the cost for that and just move them above the electromagnetic defences. But I think that the planetary governance is something that I do really want to be getting. Now, the crash program is only 78,000, so let's just go down to that one and actually pay for that. That way we can get it a bit faster. And now we have to go back in and redesign all our ships again. All right, so the heavy escort, we're going to go and upgrade. Now this is going to then send us over the limits. So we're now 4 over the limit, so we now need to find 4. The easiest way to get rid of that is just to get rid of the thrust vector. So I'll just get rid of that one. That's the smallest component that we actually have on our ships. The fuel cells I could get rid of, but I think at that one, we're not going to be quite as manoeuvrable. We'll have a lot more shielding. So we'll just go and save that one. We've just got 2 left over. Yep, sprint speed is down a little bit, but the survivability is going to be up there. So save and exit from that one there. We've got that one is manual. Actually, I should have made sure that my frigates were also set to manual. I'm going to go and make that one obsolete. I'm just going to go to all designs, because we actually want the bomb frigate to be not obsolete. That one should be active. Now if we go back to active buildable again, the bomb frigate is still actually in there. So now we want to upgrade this one. And that one's now been upgraded with the Kaidian shields, and we're 1 over. Damn it. 1 over. What can we do? What can we get rid of? Wow, this is a pain. This is a pain. I can make them slow because I don't need them to be fast. So let's get rid of one of the engines. Gives me a lot of... Actually, I can put then thrust vectors in as well. I can actually put 2 thrust vectors in, which will help me a little bit with that one, but it will give me good turns of speed. And that still keeps us just on the outside of the size. That will do. So we'll save and exit that one. And then we have the last one that we needed to get. Actually, everything else is okay. Everything else is fine. So we don't, like everything else can just be upgraded. So if we have a look and see, in fact, if we have a look at the ship designs, the troop transport is now troop transport version 4. So it's just automatically doing that one. We can have a quick look and see what it's got. So it will now have the Kaidian shields, a lot of armor. It's traveling pretty slowly as well, to be honest. We'll just cancel out of that one. All right, so that's all good. We only got the 2 manual designs. I had forgotten to do that one. So we'll now just go back. The first can come back in and do another retrofit. And the third can do the same. And the second can actually do the same as well. All right, we'll wait for all of those to be designed and developed. Because of our house rule of not, if we lose any planets at all, we lose the game. That's why I prefer to get rid of this rather than take it over. There's not going to be any great value for us. Now, how are we going with the 4th? Still not even going to start a construction yet on any of those. Now, we've still got pirates, but they're further afield. Actually, there's something. Oh no, that's all right. Just a freighter coming into one of our mining stations. Yep, they're still doing the escorts. Just going to wait. Oh, actually, they're being designed at the... oh, there's the Kaidian spaceport, yeah. So we're pulling apart one of the other frigates. But small freighters and things are sort of in the queue, but these things are still a little way off. Yeah, they're not queued up just yet. It does take time for us to pull apart the various ships. These pirate frigates, it does sort of get in the way a little bit. They'll get there soon enough. Yeah, the spaceport itself, yeah, they're just awaiting construction. See, it's being pulled apart, so it's almost completely gone. It says 50%, but in actual fact, look, as soon as it gets rid of that, that'll be the end of it. And then we'll sort of see it disappear from up in here. And then they'll start building the other bits and pieces. And then we should hopefully see another tech increase. Hopefully we get some other tech from this. Nope, nothing showed up. Here we go. So we've got an Ardalus in there. Let's have a look and see what's happening in through this side. Okay, our full fleet has gone in against this Ardalus. That'll be okay. This is the 3rd fleet, so we're just going in to attack it. Oh, okay, so the Boscar and Hives have had a bit of a problem. And that one's okay as well. There's always a bit of a delay when it tries to blow up. Anyway, that's the leftovers of the carcass. Is there another one? Looks like there's another one. One must be injured. Yep. It's still a bit buggy actually with the way that things actually sort of do work there. Unknown items detected in Taidui. Alright, that's okay. And new frigate has now been completed at the Kolo Asogi spaceport. So now that we've actually sort of done the other bits and pieces, we'll just move back to the north so we can sort of see what's going on. So the fourth will now start to pull these ships together. The first is still retrofitting. And we may have to build a much bigger fleet as well to take on what the Boscarans are going to be doing. We may have to sort of change our current little defence force into something much more substantial with both of these fleets. I think we still just keep on using the heavy escorts. I think the bunches of those together will be very, very effective. You know, maybe sort of double the numbers. In fact, we may even switch them across, like and get a different class of what we're doing. In fact, let's just go and do that now. So we'll just go back across to the frigates, sorry, through the to the fleet templates, and we'll go to the attack fleet. We'll just edit this one down. So we've got the engagement range. I probably want to have that one a bit smaller. We'll go 33% of fuel. That's okay. We should retreat when enemy strength is 50% or greater. That's okay if they're doing that automatically. These are going to be set to aggressive and aggressive. All right, in this case, we're going to drop all of the frigates, all of the destroyers, because we don't have any of those just yet. No cruisers either. No battleships. No carriers. I will leave one fuel tanker, and we'll go and get 12 escorts this time. 12 of the latest design escorts. So I won't build any of these just yet, but I could actually upgrade one of the other fleets across into one of these. So maybe the one that's in the on the border. So let's just leave the attack fleet there. So it's going to have 13 ships ultimately. And what I can then do is have maybe an attack fleet in each area, just to sort of to allow things to happen. Then a couple of smaller fleets. New frigate is now completed. That's good. So that's 2 of them done. And then items detected. Ah, that is their capital. All right, so that's pretty close. That is pretty close. Well, let's get rid of... Like, we don't know. There may be other things further out that we don't know about just yet. One thing we can sort of see is we've got the second invasion fleet. Now, if we click on this one, we can see what's going on with it. We may not be able to see exactly what's on the troop transports just yet. Although, actually, no, we can. There's 2 infantry on those guys there. Now, they're using escorts across the board and 1 frigate. That's not that strong. If we have a look at each of these, strength of 167, they're using Epsilon torpedoes and heavy railguns. They have heavy railguns. We don't have heavy railguns yet. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. What else do they have? They've still got the slow warp bubble generator, but they do actually have, they've already got this. So they must have got that from stripping apart a pirate ship or doing something along those lines, I would guess. And they've still got the older deflection field generator, so we've got better shielding, but that heavy railgun is going to do a lot of damage. So we can see what the other ships are that they had in that fleet. Here's the escorts too. They've also got heavy railguns on as well. Wow. Okay, we're going to have to try to match that. I think we can do the damage with that though, using our just superior numbers. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to go to the 3rd Defence Force, and I'm going to now change the fleet template across to an attack fleet, and I'm going to then go and top up with ships. This is the home base, is the Nemban 2 spaceport. Let's just go and build the rest of these along with a fuel tanker. And so this will then become a powerful fleet. Oops, and we'll just keep the smaller fleet at the back here. first has now got no mission. New frigate is now completed. We've just got one more to get. Just wait for that one, and then we'll send it across to completely destroy these planets. Here it comes. Very slowly. This will sort of slowly build as well. And we should be able to see any fleet that passes. I think our what we actually have in space here will actually be able to be just enough to sort of squeak through and see what's going on. But I'm probably going to need to get myself at least another defence fleet as well at some point. New frigates. There we go. We've now got the frigate. Let's just reduce the speed of the game down, and we'll send that group across to completely bombard and destroy this planet. So at the moment, what have they got built there? That's just a small freighter there. Okay, so I don't think we're going to have to really worry too much about this one. Let's just go across and destroy what we can see through here. So there's 90 million Kaidians on the planet surface. They're still trying to assimilate across. These guys have got nearly one defense force there. I don't want this planet. So the fourth can just come across and bombard this. So we'll just go and bombard that one there. And I'll send across the first as well. They can just go across and defend. So they can just sort of come back through and blockade that particular planet there. Okay, the other thing I might just do is build a second, like another defence force in through there. I've still got a fair bit of money, so I think we'll just go and do that one. So we'll just get another small fleet. So we'll just go back across to the fleet management. Go to our defence fleets, which has just got the six escorts on it. Build a new defence fleet at Kaidians 2 spaceport. Alright, so if we now just go back to fleets again, that's the fifth defence, so we'll go and click on that one through there. And let's unpause. So the first and the fourth are both heading across there. This will cause a diplomatic incident. And what will actually happen with this is, if we have a look at our diplomacy, our reputation is still negative because we invaded one of the other colonies. These guys will probably be negative as well. They're dubious at -9. So we're sort of, it's evil versus evil, essentially. Let's just continue on. We'll just literally bombard this one. And we should see this go up as we do this. They're now angry with us. Now they may declare war pretty soon, I would guess. So you can see we're sort of slowly getting rid of the population, and we want to get this population down to 0. There's different shuttles and things, sort of blockading the planet with our other force. They're getting angrier and angrier. At the moment, it's not an important outpost for them, and it's definitely one that we want to get rid of. And by this stage, we've probably already gotten rid of a lot of the stuff. Actually, there's a tablet there. This is actually an artifact. All right. Well, that's probably why they wanted to take it. See, they're getting angrier and angrier. Our reputation is getting down to the same level that theirs is. I might have just a quick look back in space and just see if we see anything sort of coming. Now, what is that group? First Defence. Their job is to stay here and blockade this planet while we bombard it. So we've already got the population down to 46 million. is it worth them going to war against us over this? They certainly are very, very angry over what's happening. Let's just keep it going in this case. Down to 39 million. Okay, so we picked up Artilus remains. So we're building up, getting ready for a war footing. Yeah, they're furious. They still haven't declared war. It's only a matter of time. We do actually have a trading come with them. Okay, they've taken the artifact that was there. Down to 11 million. And the quality of the planet has also dropped a bit as well. $7 million, almost got them. And this is pretty much what we're going to have to do with the Boscarans. Because of our house rule, we're just going to have to sort of completely wipe out the planets. Our reputation is going to go terrible, like no one's going to want to deal with us for a long, long period of time. But we have to do it. We're down to 2 million now. 1 million. And we should be getting the last of them fairly soon. Down to 0, but there's still technically a colony there. There we go. All right, so this moon has been eradicated essentially. So we've now controlled this whole region again. I want that. I do need that. So our reputation is now tanked. I'm out of time, guys. I'm going to have to leave it here, but that's at least we've now taken that system out of play. We'll need to take this system out of play as well. So we'll move across there next and do the same thing with the Slookans. The Slookans. The Kaidians would have been good to have on board if there was enough numbers there, but with less than 100 million, it's going to be very expensive, and particularly that the quality of the planet wasn't all that great. Having the Slookans, which is another insectoid group back over this side, they're already at 100 million, so we will need to act fairly quickly here now as well. They do actually have a spaceport there, which is under construction. It's almost done. Actually, is it almost done? Yeah, no, it's 33%. It's operational though. This one's got 100 million Slookans on board, which are extremely aggressive as well. So we don't want them having a foothold in here either, and we don't really need them. Now there is actually another. They've got their invading forces still sitting here. Maybe there's a general there. So I think that'll be the next target for us, and we'll just rinse and repeat and keep this sort of thing going. So guys, anyway, I'll leave this episode here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode.